And in that I covered the fear of rejection that most of us get when we pick up the phone. You get that feeling like, oh, I really don't want to call them, they're going to say no, we're making those presumptions before you can speak to them. And I also went through the fact that you really need to have a clean and tidy workspace and have a clean and tidy mind to sit down and do the phoning without interruption. So I didn't want to go through any of that tonight, just wanted to remind you and bring you back on that. What I want to work with tonight is what to say when you're on the phone, because it seems to be the one area that an awful lot of my team I know struggle with is getting on the phone and making those bookings. So when your diary starts to run dry and you've got a lack of bookings, who'd say it's fair that they probably struggle to pick up the phone and start ringing? Yeah, probably the majority of us. Okay. There's lots of scripts around. You can Google scripts. You know, there's scripts that you'll find through our booking blitzes and all sorts of stuff. I personally don't like myself using anybody else's script. I think it's always better if you personalise the script for yourself. A, you're not going to sound like a robot, and B, you're going to sound a lot more genuine. You're going to build empathy. The people that you're speaking to are going to have a little bit more trust in you, because that actually sounds like something you might say. Okay, because how many times have you read a script and you're actually trying to keep up with it, you lose your way and you sound like an absolute knob. You really do. You lose complete control of where you're going. So before we start working with the sorts of things you might want to include in your script, okay, and I will make this available in a PDF if Greg wants to offer it later, because we're going to go through a little bit of stuff. Okay, and I thought we would have tables like we did at the other place, so very easy to write. So, of course, one of the main reasons that your friends or family will have a party for you is because what?
They like you.
They like, hopefully, they like you. Yeah. They want to support you. Yeah. They care about you. What was that?
You guilt them into it.
Yeah, back to work, pressure. And they love the jewellery. Is there any other reason why they might agree to having a show for you? Yeah, absolutely. All our hostess awards is a pretty damn good reason to book a show. Okay? So even though we are asking them to do something for us, we're also offering them something pretty terrific. Okay? And we've got to get that right in our own heads. So before you get on the phone, you're not just going in there and asking them to do you a great big favour. You are asking them to do you a favour. But you're also going to spoil them rotten for their efforts. Okay? So with this in mind, I'm going to ask you a couple of other little questions. And these are questions that we'll float around the room really quickly, just some bang, bang, bang answers. But I'd actually ask you to sit down if you're writing your script and ask yourself these questions when you're actually modulating your script, putting your script together. Okay, so it might help you get your wording right. So what's the main reason that you personally, nobody else, but we all have our own reasons, why are you doing Parkland jewellery? You're actually a fashion director to get the Manhattan necklace. Awesome. Anybody else? Why are you doing
Saving private school fees.
Perfect. Private school fees. House deposit. Parental leave.
Just love
Lots of jewellery. Yeah. Absolutely. Everybody's reason's different. I know that there's women in my team who are trying to build are building a business within Park Lane and aiming to get it to a certain level so that they don't have to go to work anymore, because the amount of money that they spend on daycare for their two kids to go to daycare, and the fact that they're leaving their kids at 6:37 in the morning and not seeing them until 6 at night, they're missing out on all of that time with them. So to work hard for the next year or two to build their Park Lane business, to be able to allow them to stay home and focus on their family is a massive goal. So everyone's got their own goals. I know another lady who's, I think everybody knows, who's really aiming, and she will do it, no doubt about it, building her business huge so that her husband doesn't have to work away from the family so much. People know who that is. Okay, so that's really important that you get it clear in your head why you're doing Park Lane. Okay, because you want to get your friends, your family, your contacts, empathy with you to help you reach your goal. Okay. The reason for your call today is what? Get a booking. Nice and simple. So when we go into the call, let's keep it tight, focused, and to the point. This isn't a social call, and a lot of people make that mistake when you're ringing somebody you know, you're ringing a friend, and they confuse what they're doing. So, you know, hi Kate, haven't seen you for ages, how you going? Oh, how's little Johnny? Oh yeah, I've been really busy too. No, okay then. Okay, go straight in with what you're doing. Hi Kate, it's Shez, how you going? I'm ringing you because, and go straight into what we're going to talk about. Okay, it's really important to do that, because otherwise you're confusing the signals. Okay, and it's very easy. We're going to keep bringing it back and avoiding the fact you're asking for a booking, and it's very difficult then for you to bring that back on task. So keep it a business call. Friendly, and everything, but I'm ringing you for a reason. In other words, I'm not ringing you just for a chat. Okay. How many bookings do you want before you sit down to do these calls? You really have to have a clear and defined goal set in advance. So if you're going to sit down tonight, make 5 or 6 phone calls, get one booking and walk away, you might be happy with that, but really you might have a ton of gaps in your diary, and you really need to make sure you get, say, you want to get 3 bookings today and you're going to try and get another 3 bookings tomorrow, and that will fill your gaps between now and the 8th of December, for example. Okay, so make sure you go in with a clear defined goal of what you're trying to achieve, because you will miss 100% of the targets that you don't set for yourself. So let's make sure you set that straight up. Now, the other thing that we need before we sit down is a usable contact list. And we always talk about contact lists, and anything that you Google to do with direct selling talks about contact lists, but how many of us really, truly, and effectively manage a contact list? And I'm guilty too. I go really well on it for a while, then it sits in a drawer. Like, it's something you've got to be constantly on. So and look, some of us aren't as great with technology as others. I'm not a great one to put everything in my iPhone. I tend to carry a little notepad in my handbag and scribble things on there, and then I'll put it in my diary or on my contact list when I get home. But you've got to continually add to it. When you collect business cards from different people that you meet along the way, add them to your contact list, because you'll be surprised how quickly you can build that list. People say, I've run out of people to ring. But if you really put your head around it, there's lots of people you could ring. People that will know you enough to go, oh yeah, I remember you. Okay, so it doesn't have to be one of your BFFs. It could be somebody that you've met through doing tuck shop duty. It could be somebody from, your little boy's soccer club. It could be somebody that you've met from an Arbonne party. It doesn't really matter. As long as they're a contact, put them on your contact list. They're worth a phone call. Because just because there was another direct selling company or they're somebody that you've only met once or twice doesn't mean that they wouldn't love to be spoiled with lots and lots of jewellery. So put them on your contact list. You really need to have a list that's constantly building for you. Okay, so the last thing you need to do before you get on the phone is make sure that you have marked off all your all the spots that you want to fill. Okay, so right now, if we were to do a little booking list of our own, you might have 2 spots that you need to fill in the next 2 weekends before we cut off on the 8th, for example. So you would highlight those. And once you've filled those, I'd fill those first. And then I'd have my January ones ready to go. Okay, I'm starting back on the 10th or whatever date it is, and have those slots that you've got available highlighted, ready to go. Okay, so you've got something really definite you can offer this date or this date when you're speaking. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll walk through with you those questions I asked before. You'll see how they fit into the script. I've just done a sample script that, as I might do it for myself, just to give you a way to go with it. So hey Kate, as you've probably heard by now, I started my own business with Part Lane Jewellery a while ago, which is the world's biggest direct sales jewellery company. I absolutely love it. It's a little bit frightening at first, but I'm having an absolute ball. Now you might say, yes, I said you've been to Vegas or whatever. Yep, absolutely love it. What I really need to do at the moment though, is ask for a little bit of help from you. I need to meet some new people to share our beautiful jewellery with and to share this opportunity with. And I was really hoping that you could help me by just getting 4 to 6 of your friends together so that I can show them some of our gorgeous jewellery. I can show them our current customer specials. We've got some fabulous specials happening between now and Christmas. And just between that, I'll be able to shower you in hundreds of dollars worth of free jewellery. Would you be willing to do that for me? I've got Saturday the 14th free or Sunday the 22nd. Okay, go straight in with 2 dates. Don't give them what date suits you, because you know what's going to happen. I'll check my diary and I'll come back to you. And how often do I come back to you? And we end up being stalkers. Okay, so always go in with let them know that it's important to you. The other thing I would usually include is your personal reason for doing the business. So, you would have seen that I'm doing Park Lane, currently saving up to buy our first house, or I'm trying to give up work. Throw that in there, but it's got to be personal, so I didn't put my own in there at this point. But throw in something that's really pertinent to you, because your friends will understand that that's why you're doing the business, and then they might be more inclined to give you a hand. Because I think a lot of people see direct sales as a hobby. It's a bit of fun. But if you let them know that it's actually something real and genuine and tangible to you, and it's important to your lifestyle, they're probably going to be a little bit more inclined to actually put themselves out and have a gathering as well. Okay? So you can say to them, if we have a party in the next couple of weeks, your friends will be able to do a lot of their Christmas shopping for just $17. They'll be able to pick some pretty awesome gifts for $17 using our customer bonus plan. They're going to have a lot of fun with our styling session. So that's when you then go into your clothes, how about Saturday the 21st? Does that work for you? She goes, I'm busy on that day. How about Sunday? I can do the afternoon 2 o'clock. Always have an alternative for them. You're always going to get people that won't agree. You're always going to get objections. What would be the most common objections that you think you get?
We don't have time.
Don't have time?
Haven't got friends.
Nobody will come.
Get them to do a contact list. Okay. I've just given a couple of examples. One of them is, let me look at my diary and I'll get back to you, because I've had that one myself before I got tired of pulling them back in. So, look, I'm currently trying to fill my booking diary today, Kate, and I don't want to give the best times away. So how about if we pencil in Sunday for you now, and I can call you back this evening after you've had a chance to check your diary, and we can lock in the actual time. How about I phone you about 8 o'clock? Does that suit? Just get it to pencil in, because once it's penciled in, you've got a better chance of locking it in. Another one that you tend to get is, let me check with my friends and see what date works for them. Is that one? Okay. You know, Kate, you'll never find a date that's going to suit everyone. So why don't we just lock in the date that suits you, and those friends of yours that can make that date, terrific, will have a great time. And those who can't make it along on the date, let's offer them a booking of their own, and I'll get to spoil them on another occasion. Okay? Try and lock them in, because if you're going to try and suit everybody, you will never ever get them. Okay? I don't have time. And I think especially right now, I'm hearing from a lot of girls again, I don't have time between now and Christmas, which is full on. Okay? So look, I totally understand, Kate, it can be like that this time of year, but it would be fabulous help to me if you could help me kick off the new year with the booking. I start back on the 12th of January. Could you possibly do Saturday the 12th or Sunday the 13th? Try and lock them in for that. You're giving them a little bit of a reprieve, sorry. And if they just won't book, if you can't get through the objections and you've tried, you've given them everything else, you say, look, that's totally fine. I really appreciate you giving me the time tonight to chat to you about it. Do you think it might be okay if I give you a call back in February when things settle down, all the craziness is over and done with, and to see if circumstances have changed for you then? Diarise them in for a call then. Not many people say, no, don't call me. That's pretty rude. So I hope you'll get them on a better time. You might take them off your contact list. And regardless of whether they book or not, ask for referrals, because it's something I think most of us neglect to do, and I'm guilty of doing that too. You need to ask. If they say, look, I really just am not in the position to do one right now, you say, totally get it, I'll be back call in February. But you must know some really fashion-savvy girls who'd love to be spoiled with some jewellery, and I just need to fill these couple of spots before Christmas. If you give me their name and number, I'll do all the work, book them in. If they go ahead, I'll give you $100 in jewellery credit for each one that goes ahead. How does that sound? And they're still getting something for giving me a referral. So if anybody wants a PDF on the script, I'll give it to you and you can download it from here. Thank you.